After becoming a member of the virtual universe company, one's status is not fixed. Even geniuses have varying cultivation speeds, with some advancing faster than others. For example, during the Pinnacle Geniuses battle, Gillespie's illusion still had some effect on Luo Feng, but about 100 years later, Luo Feng could easily immune to his illusions and defeated Gillespie with a single strike, showing that Luo Feng's progress was far superior to Gillespie's. To ensure that each genius receives cultivation resources that match their strength, the Virtual Universe Company reassesses the strength of its universe-level core members every 100 years. This dynamic evaluation mechanism not only provides promotion opportunities for those who perform exceptionally well but also places those who are underperforming at risk of demotion. The core part of this assessment is the space domain qualification battle mentioned by Man Luo. Did you notice in the latest episode preview the appearance of a minotaur and a creature resembling Medusa? Does this make you wonder if Luo Feng has already entered the territory of the demon tribe? In fact, all of this takes place in a special challenge location set up by the Virtual Universe Company, the Heavenly Mountain. This is a place where members can be promoted due to their outstanding performance. In order to quickly resolve the crisis of the Zerg Hive, this is undoubtedly the perfect opportunity for Luo Feng to rapidly become a member of the primordial space domain. However, the difficulty of the Heavenly Mountain challenges far exceeds that of the Heavenly Bridge because it consists of 3 levels. Each level has 3 gatekeepers, a controller, an illusionist, and a warrior. They not only cooperate seamlessly but also have 10 times the strength of the previous level's gatekeepers. Even if the strength of the gatekeepers and challengers is similar in the first level, passing through the level is nearly impossible unless the challenger's realm exceeds the current level. For example, to pass the universe-level Heavenly Mountain, one must have at least the Domain Master level of strength. To pass the Domain Master level, one must have the strength of a World Master. It is important to note that the realm referred to here is based on the Virtual Universe Company's standards, not the typical warrior's measurement, or else it would seem too easy for core members. Although Luo Feng's progress has been astonishing, controlling the Sword World and using the Shadow Blade of the 7 Exquisites at the same time made it difficult for him to perform at his peak. Ultimately, he only defeated 2 gatekeepers before being defeated by the combined attacks of the 3rd gatekeeper. The gatekeepers worked together seamlessly, applying pressure, which was difficult for Luo Feng to handle. Having failed the Heavenly Mountain challenge, Luo Feng could only shift his focus to the upcoming qualification battle. It is worth mentioning that, if Luo Feng wants the opportunity to challenge the primordial members, he must first rank among the top 3 in the universe level of the beginning space domain. He must defeat fellow beginning space domain members who joined the Virtual Universe Company at the same time as him, as well as 30 opponents who joined at least 1,000 years earlier and have cultivated for a longer time. However, based on his performance in the Heavenly Bridge, the truly threatening opponents are only 5, as they also passed the 7th stage of the Heavenly Bridge, with one even reaching the 8th stage, making them Luo Feng's strongest competitors. The other 25 who only passed the 6th stage, except for Rong Jun who is capable of a fight, are almost certain to be demoted to the universe space domain, like Wuka, Ai Chen, and others who are stuck at the 5th stage. Luo Feng also attempted to challenge the 8th stage of the Heavenly Bridge, but due to the significant strength gap, he ultimately failed. After deeply realizing his inadequacy, he understood that relying solely on hard work would not allow him to make a qualitative breakthrough in the short term. Therefore, Luo Feng decided to accept another cultivation task. He knew that each cultivation task hides certain opportunities, just like the trials in the Blood River world, but the premise is that one must survive. If it were Uka or Rong Jun, they would have either barely completed part of the goal by lucky acquisition of a Blood Luo crystal or would have died at the hands of a domain master while trying to steal one. Before the task began, Luo Feng continued to focus on intense cultivation, delving into the study of the original law and secret techniques, while also attending lectures from the immortal kings in the virtual universe. As the qualification battle approached, Luo Feng's performance in the Heavenly Bridge had already posed a threat to the earlier universe-level members. Naturally, they were reluctant to give up the opportunity to enter the primordial space domain, so they tried to probe or challenge Luo Feng to learn his trump cards and prepare for the qualification battle. However, most of those who challenged Luo Feng were members who were destined to be excluded from the primordial space domain. The 5 members who truly had a chance to enter the primordial space domain would not actively challenge or spar with Luo Feng, as full-on battles would easily expose their trump cards. Before the qualification battle, no one wanted to reveal their secret techniques easily. Therefore, they preferred to send weaker members to test Luo Feng's strength. After all, in their view, with thousands of years of cultivation, testing a newcomer who had only cultivated for 100 years would be easy. Moreover, veteran members usually achieved overwhelming victories when facing newcomers. However, they completely underestimated Luo Feng's rich combat experience accumulated from 80 years of life-and-death battles in the Blood River world, which was far beyond the typical universe-level core members. As a result, the two veteran members who provoked Luo Feng not only failed miserably in a 2-on-1 battle but were completely crushed. Such humiliation caused the veterans to feel deeply ashamed and lose face. In an attempt to save face, one of the 5 universe-level veterans from the beginning space domain, Fire Dragon, decided to teach Luo Feng a lesson. Although Luo Feng did not want to reveal his trump cards prematurely, he could not back down in the face of the veteran's arrogance and resolutely accepted the challenge to defend the dignity of newcomers. As one of the 5 top veterans of the beginning space domain, Fire Dragon easily resisted the pressure from Luo Feng's sword world with his powerful fire domain, and his explosive speed was astonishing, forcing Luo Feng to use the strongest stage of Myriad Line Flow. With the full force of Fire Dragon's powerful secret technique, his trump cards finally suppressed Luo Feng. However, Luo Feng temporarily suppressed Fire Dragon with the consciousness pressure of the Golden Horned Beast, disrupting Fire Dragon's counterattack rhythm. It is worth mentioning that Luo Feng's consciousness strength had reached the 3rd level of World Master, and even though Fire Dragon had outstanding talent, he could not make up for this vast gap. In the end, Fire Dragon was defeated. Luo Feng dared to use consciousness pressure in front of everyone because the strongest member in the arena was only at the World Master level, and Luo Feng's willpower far exceeded that of ordinary people after passing the 9th stage of the Mirage Sea. Although the surrounding spectators could not detect the method Luo Feng used, many speculated that he might have employed soul attacks or other secret techniques, but as long as no one saw through it, it wouldn't count as exposure. Naturally, Fire Dragon would not reveal the truth, as they were competitors, and any disclosure would be disadvantageous to him. Soon after, Luo Feng began his second dangerous level task. For Luo Feng, who possessed a Masha clan clone, the difficulty of the task was still within a controllable range. This task required him to become a dragon slayer and kill a certain number of dragons. For Luo Feng, the danger of this task was not too high, as the Emoyun Vine had already reached Domain Master level 9. This meant that any dragon below the World Master level had almost no chance of survival in front of Luo Feng. When choosing cultivation tasks, Luo Feng always tried to avoid those that required long periods of travel in the universe. Therefore, he usually opted for dangerous level tasks in the beginning space domain. After completing all 5 dangerous level tasks in the beginning space domain, Luo Feng decided to challenge himself and chose a desperate level task, a task far more challenging than those in the Blood River continent, with a death rate of 90%. When the immortal King Jinyan learned that Luo Feng planned to accept the desperate level task, he was shocked. After all, Luo Feng was one of the few proud disciples he had over the years. He tried to persuade Luo Feng to train for a few more years or wait until after the qualification battle to choose the desperate level task. However, Luo Feng was determined, and in the end, Jinyan could only respect and support his decision. I hope the scene seen in the preview is indeed the part where Jinyan tries to persuade Luo Feng, and the battle between Rongjun and Luo Feng should be a sparring session to test their cultivation progress over the past 100 years, rather than the actual qualification battle. Otherwise, we would miss the crisis and opportunities that Luo Feng faces in the Demon Sound Mountain. Additionally, from the preview, I noticed that Bolin suddenly went offline during his battle with Luo Feng. Based on the dialogue, if what was shown in the preview is indeed the qualification battle, then according to the novel's direction, Bolin is likely to replace a character and perish in the final battle of the qualification battle due to the desperate level task. In any case, I hope the production team does not cut the Demon Sound Mountain scene, as it would be a great loss to the entire story. Are you curious as to why, even if geniuses encounter danger and unfortunately perish during cultivation tasks, strong individuals do not reverse time to revive them? The reason is that there are many geniuses, and they are just one among many. Unless a genius is extremely important to the entire race, the race's leader will not waste resources to revive a genius whose impact on the race is minimal. The only ones willing to expend resources to revive a genius are their masters. However, even their masters cannot do this easily. The ability to reverse time must be at least at the level of a universe master. Although Jinyan deeply cares for Luo Feng, his strength is only at the immortal king level. If Luo Feng were to demise, even if Jinyan wanted to revive him, he would not have the ability to do so. Moreover, by the time Jinyan reaches the universe master level, it is likely that the time limit for revival will have passed. As for what kind of crisis Luo Feng will face in Demon Sound Mountain, how he will resolve it, and what kind of opportunities he will gain, please allow me to reveal it in the next spoiler. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching this video. Wish you a wonderful day.